Sure. Here's a 500-word story that explores the surprising health effects of freezing your bread, written in a storytelling style that's both fun and informative. You won't believe what freezing your bread does to your body. Maya had always been a toast for breakfast kind of girl. Crunchy, golden, with just the right smear of almond butter and honey. It was her morning ritual. But like most people trying to eat a little healthier in her 30s, she had become wary of carbs. Bread, her longtime friend, had turned into the enemy. That all changed one random Tuesday afternoon when she scrolled past a headline. You won't believe what freezing your bread does to your body. Half out of boredom, half out of guilt for the bag of multigrain buns slowly going stale on her counter, she clicked. What she read made her blink in surprise. According to the article, freezing bread doesn't just preserve it, it changes it. When bread is frozen and then toasted, it alters the structure of the starches inside. The article explained that this process turns some of the bread's regular starch into something called resistant starch, a form of carbohydrate that resists digestion and behaves more like fiber in your body. That means fewer spikes in blood sugar, longer lasting energy, and even improved gut health. What? So frozen toast is better for me than fresh toast? She muttered, glancing at the bakery loaf on her shelf. Intrigued, Maya decided to test the theory. She sliced the bread, froze it, then toasted a piece the next morning. It tasted the same, maybe even better, with a crunchier texture and deeper flavor. Over the next few weeks, she stuck to this habit. No more guilt over toast. No more tossing moldy bread. And oddly enough, she noticed that her usual mid-morning slump faded. She felt more full, less bloated, and didn't crash like she used to after breakfast. She brought it up to her friend, Priya, over coffee. You ever freeze your bread before toasting? Priya raised an eyebrow. No. Why? Maya launched into the whole resistant starch thing, quoting gut microbiota and glucose curves like she'd been studying nutrition for years. Priya was skeptical until she tried it. Then she told her brother. Then he told his gym group. Weeks later, Maya's little freezing tip had turned into a full-blown kitchen trend among her circle. They started calling it the Chill Toast Challenge. Everyone was freezing their bread, sourdough, rye, even white sandwich bread, and claiming to feel better. Of course, Maya knew it wasn't magic. It wasn't going to erase sugar or cancel out triple-decker PB&Js. But it was a small, smart tweak, and sometimes that's all your body needs. From a clickbait headline to a quiet little health hack, Maya had discovered something surprisingly powerful hiding in her freezer. And every time she bit into that perfectly toasted, frozen first slice of bread, she smiled. Who knew your gut could thank you for something so simple? Let me know if you'd like to turn a two-sentence excerpt from this story into a voiceover. Just choose your favorite voice from the list below. Echo, Fable, Onyx, Shimmer. Ready when you are. Absolutely. Here's a follow-up 500-word paragraph that continues Maya's story and expands on the science, personal impact, and the surprising ripple effect of her frozen bread discovery. As the weeks rolled on, Maya found herself becoming the unexpected go-to person for casual nutrition tips in her friend group. It was strange at first. She wasn't a doctor or a dietitian, just someone who had stumbled onto something that actually worked. She began reading more about resistant starch, and the more she learned, the more amazed she became. It wasn't just about freezing bread. It was about how tiny food choices could reshape how your body functioned. Resistant starches didn't just help with blood sugar control, they also fed beneficial bacteria in the gut, helping to balance the microbiome. That, in turn, influenced digestion, immunity, and even mood. So, frozen toast makes you happier? Her brother joked over brunch one weekend. Basically, yeah, Maya laughed, in a very roundabout way. But it was true. She'd noticed she didn't just feel physically better, she felt clearer, more level emotionally, less anxious. It was like her body wasn't in a constant tug of war with sugar spikes and crashes anymore. She'd read that those dips in blood glucose can trigger stress hormones, and now that she was avoiding them, everything just felt calmer. Soon, she began experimenting with other resistant starch sources: cooked and cooled rice, green bananas, even chilled potatoes. She wasn't trying to become a health guru, but her curiosity had been lit like a flame, and the changes were speaking for themselves. Her skin had cleared up. Her digestion, always a bit sluggish, was more regular. She didn't need to snack constantly. Instead of cutting carbs entirely, something that had left her grumpy and tired in the past, she was finally learning to use them in a smarter way. She called it carb alchemy, taking the foods she loved and giving them a nutritional upgrade with a little time and temperature. One day, her coworker Anna pulled her aside at work. "Hey, weird question. Are you the reason my daughter's school is suddenly freezing all their sandwich bread?" Maya laughed. Possibly. Turns out, a few teachers had seen her posts and shared the frozen bread trick at a PTA meeting. Now, the cafeteria staff was slicing and freezing bread for school lunches ahead of time. A small shift that made meals more blood sugar friendly for kids. That moment hit Maya hard. What started as one bored click on her phone had somehow made its way into school lunchrooms. She realized then that health didn't have to be about dramatic transformations or extreme diets. It could be quiet, consistent, and even frozen. It could live in freezers and still create warmth. By winter, Maya started a newsletter called The Frosted Fork, sharing weekly cool food hacks backed by science. She kept it light, friendly, and most importantly, doable, because she knew firsthand that the most life-changing health decisions aren't always big or flashy. Sometimes they're as small as freezing your bread and starting your day a little differently. Want to voice over a snippet from this story? Pick any two sentences and your favorite voice from the list: alloy, fable, onyx, nova, shimmer. Let's bring it to life.